And good afternoon, everybody. It's Tuesday afternoon. Welcome to another edition of Tech20Tuesday. My name's Jeff Whipple, and I'm a technology lead for Anglophone School District West, and I'm stationed here in Fredericton. So a couple of months ago, I had an opportunity just before Christmas to head down to Halifax and attend a Microsoft Connected Learning Conference. And one of the one of the sessions on the agenda was Skype in the classroom, and it was something I guess I knew existed, but I really hadn't paid much attention to. I wandered into the session, and you know what? I was kind of pleasantly surprised. As you know, Microsoft has purchased Skype a while ago, probably a year or two ago. And they've been working on it, and everybody's been using Skype, and you guys are all familiar with Skype. So you know the Skype that you put on your computer or on your phone used to talk around the world, is a great platform. But Microsoft also has, Microsoft Education side. And so they've been working pretty diligently at developing Skype as a learning tool for classrooms and students and teachers around the world. And so today, I was pretty impressed. When I went to the session, and one of the things we'll talk about today is, talking to experts. They actually Skyped in an expert, and we pretended we were students and went through a pretty neat little exercise, which I'll share in a moment. But it was pretty cool in that now they've really formalized a way for you to be able to find people and experts and bring them into your classroom. So Skype in the classroom is part of the Microsoft Education platform. And if you're looking for a link, probably the easiest way is just to Google Skype in the classroom, and you'll get this link. But the link is here. It's fairly long. education.microsoft.com/in-the-classroom/overview. But you can have a look at it when you get in there, and so it's part of the Microsoft site now. But really, what they've done is that they've really started to formalize ways that you can use Skype, as I said, in your teaching and learning on an everyday basis. And there's really sort of 5 categories, and we'll quickly take a quick look at them today as we go through them. So the first one is virtual field trips. So when you come in here and look at virtual field trips, they actually have virtual field trips on a regular basis. They may take your students to an African safari. They may take them to Churchill to look at the polar bears. There's one up here right now, actually. The Scholastic and Skype invite you to join our live broadcast to introduce your students to graphic novels as part of the Teach Graphics Week. And so you can, they'll have them in here, and there's a bunch of different platforms and different field trips that you can look at. So there's one here called Wyoming First, Pocahontas and the Powhatan Indians, new virtual field trips, visit the animal sanctuary, art, architecture, and history at the Hearst Castle. Now, you'll find that you might find that a lot of these are might not fit our curriculum because they're very American, but there's also some other ones, a primate rescue center in the UK, the Lisbon Zoo. So really there are tremendous opportunities in here. And if you find one that's coming up, you can actually learn or sign up and invite your students along. So here you see, this is the graphic novel one. So, and these are the kinds of things that they do. Take your class behind the scenes to see how graphic novels come to life during a live broadcast with the creators of Scholastic's popular Dream Jumper graphic novel series. So they actually take you into an illustrator's lab, an illustrator's studio to actually talk to them, and they talk to you and show you all the tools, and you're able to take your students and immerse them into the world where you're visiting. And you can simply register here. Costs nothing to register. And you get a link, and at the time you'll join them via Skype to actually have your students immersed in that. So that's kind of, and I'm going to quickly go over these. So that's kind of the first thing. So virtual field trips. So there's lots of those things out there, and really you can take your students pretty well anywhere in the world. Skype lessons. There's lots of Skype lessons on here, and they will sort of give you an idea about the kinds of things that you can do with Skype in terms of designing lesson plans. So there's Skype lessons on online safety. There's Skype lessons on adding a negative integer with water tank math. What is a cetizen, or the pest of Wales? I don't know about that one, but I might watch it later. Literacy exclusive, a chat with Justin Miles. So you can see here that there's lots of different lesson plans that also tie Skype back into your classroom. That so they're not live lessons; they're all recorded. Or they are live learning activities given by experts around the world on a specific topic or theme. So you can come in here and you can find some of those lessons as well. The third thing that they have is Skype collaborations, and what it allows students and teachers to do is to build connections with other classrooms around the world where you're able to connect. So if you come into the Skype collaborations tab here, you're going to be able to get started. So you can create your own and invite other people, or you can go in and look at other people that are looking for connections for their classrooms. So there's mystery biomes, international read aloud in English and French, could our fox visit your classroom, Skype club in Wales. So you can really come in here and look for things and look for connections for you and your students that you can then leverage and maybe work your own project around. So that allows you and your students to collaborate with other classrooms around the world. So the next to last one is the mystery Skype, and it's kind of fun. It's a sort of a planned, designed mystery Skype, so it will allow you to bring people into your class, just regular people from around the world, and through a series of questions, and your students have to design some questions and figure out, it's like solving a mystery. And they have to figure out where this person lives. And so they might show pictures, they might ask questions. So there's all kinds of neat and different connections. And your students get to learn to play different roles within a team. It's a great team building activity. So you can see here that you can have a mystery Skype with a Yellowstone Ranger in Yellowstone Park. Now your students might not know a whole lot about that, but at least this would give them an opportunity to learn about some of the places, and I'm sure there are Canadian ones as well. So mystery Skype, so it's really a game, but kids learn a lot about the world around them and get to connect with somebody else from around the world by playing mystery Skype. And the last one is the guest speakers. So they have a lineup of guest speakers that you can sort of leverage on, and some of those are for basically K to 5, and you can come in here so you can see who they are. Adam's a marine biologist working his PhD, so he's 5 hours ahead of us, so he's probably in the UK, 13 hours ahead of us in Perth, Western Australia. Rowe, New York is Amanda Krause, and she's so there's lots of people who are volunteering here. When I was at the Connected Learning Conference, there was actually the scientist they hooked us up with. He was a scientist out of Laurentian University in Sudbury, and he was looking at DNA of little microbes, basically, just little critters. And he so his job was to study these little microbes really in a mine site. So he was underground. He Skyped in with us. And while he Skyped in with us, we also did a lesson at the same time that he was leading and asking us questions about, and it was extracting DNA from a banana. And so really, if you were doing high school biology, this would be a great connection for you. So you can find lots of really cool connections really from all around the world to for people who volunteer or who volunteering to come into your classroom, lead a lesson. All the plans are here. They tell you what to do. You can talk to them, and they'll walk you through a lesson while they're actually on Skype with you. And here's one of the ones here. If you Google Skype in the classroom, you'll find some different ones. And this is coral restoration. Foundation, and they're obviously working with corals around the world. And so you can actually do Skype sessions of between 30 and 45 minutes with scientists from the Coral Restoration Foundation. And of course, coral is one of our big issues right now in the world. A lot of it's getting bleached, and with global warming and rising sea temperatures. And so this is really something that that enamors kids, that really catches their interest. And so you can Skype in with scientists from the Coral Restoration Foundation as part of Skype in the classroom. And there's many, many, many more. So you can come in here and sort of search and see which ones you want. They've also got a great online assistance program. So if you click here where it says, "How can I assist you today?" somebody will pop up, and you can actually have a talk to them, and they'll try to help you with your needs. So there's lots of really cool activities here, and really this is from K right through to 12. You can find somebody for your grade level, for your students easily within this Skype in the Classroom platform. So there's lots of different options for you. I would encourage you to sort of look around and see what's here for you. And there's training as well. If you need some support, as I said before, if you always tell you that if you need support, we have a great technology lead teacher team here in ASDW. In Woodstock, it's Waylon Dixon. Oromocto, Janice Shaw and Wendy Thomas share that position. And here in Fredericton, on the south side, and that's out to Harvey, everything on the south side of the river, it's Carme Desjardins, and I've got all the Fredericton Education Center schools, including basically the old Fredericton Education Center, the Oromocto schools like Gibson Neal, Leo Hayes, National Access Middle. They're all part of my role here in Fredericton, FEC North as well. So if there are things that we can help you with, please, please, please get a hold of us and let us know. We're always willing and able to give you a hand with any of your activities that deal with technology, including Skype in the classroom. So that's it for today. It's now another Tuesday. Next week we will be back. So we'll go now till March break, and with another edition of Tech20 Tuesday next week. Hopefully that gives you something to work with, and we'll see you again next week here on Tech20 Tuesday.